You know those moments at work when there's a meeting and you suddenly get this grandy idea and you decide to pitch it to your team and someone says, "That's interesting." And you go home thinking, wow, they totally loved my idea. And then 2 weeks later, silence. Nobody's following you up for a feedback. Nobody's following you up on your idea, and you're left wondering what's going on. Sis, that wasn't a compliment.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds of...
Hi, my name is Theodora Mekwunye, and today we are decoding 10 corporate phrases that Canadians typically use in the workplace and what they really mean. Because here, they won't tell you no. They'll just dance around it with a smile and you'll be left wondering. Alright, let's get into it. First, corporate jargon. Let's circle back to that. In reality, that sounds like they'll get back to you, right? I mean, coming from Nigeria, and if I listened to the phrase, "let's get back to that," it kind of sounds like, okay, let's think about it and we'll come back to that. No. What it means here is, no, we're not doing that. But we don't want to hurt your feelings. So let's let it go. Let's let it slide. That's what it means. All right? And then, second, Canadian corporate jargon that is often used that doesn't really mean what it seems to mean. That's interesting. And this one had me in a knot all through when I heard it. That's interesting. Back home in Nigeria, that would mean that you're just given a marvelous idea. But no, sis, that's not what it means. What it really means here is, that sounds really weird. That sounds really strange. But I'm too Canadian to say so. I don't want to hurt your feelings, so let's keep it moving. Third, Canadian jargon that is often used here in the workplace that does not really mean what it seems to mean. We'll take this offline. What it sounds like as a Nigerian, or how you would interpret this as a Nigerian, is, okay, let's talk about this after the meeting. What it really means in Canadian language: this is strange. We're not talking about this. The meeting is going on now and we don't want to waste our time. Let's say this politely so she can stop talking, but we're never coming back to that discussion and we would rather you bury it. Confusing, right? Fourth, Canadian workplace jargon. It's not aligned with our current priorities. What it really means is, your idea is not useful to us right now, might never be useful to us right now, but I'll say it nicely. Fifth, Canadian workplace jargon. Let's park that for now. What it really means, your point has been acknowledged and it has been dumped in the back seats. Sixth, Canadian jargon that is often used in the workspace and does not mean what it typically seems to mean. I'm not sure that's in scope. What it really means, you're doing too much, you need to stop and stay in your lane. All of these things can be really confusing. You have to be very careful how you read some of the jargons that are used in the corporate world as a Nigerian, because you might just think it means something else when it means a totally different thing. And I had to learn this the hard way. Let's go to the seventh Canadian jargon that is often used in the corporate workspace. We have to be mindful of optics. Optics, what does this really mean? What it means, we are more concerned about how this looks, not exactly how it seems. So we want to appear like we're doing the right thing. We're not really concerned about if we're doing the right thing. This is confusing, isn't it? 8. Corporate jargon. This is a great developmental opportunity for you. What it really means is, this is some extra work for you. We're not going to pay you overtime to work on this. You should be grateful that you have this opportunity to work on this. This should not interfere in your normal job and day-to-day activities. We will still expect you to meet up with your targets and meet up with your work output every day, but we expect you to work on this and you're not going to be paid overtime. That's a polite way of pushing work on you and expecting you to look at it as an opportunity and not to complain. 9th, corporate jargon. Can you take a stab at it? What it really means. Nobody has ever done this before. It's something we're trying out. Some of us are too busy to put this on our schedule. We want you to work on it. However you work on it, we're interested in the results, but we don't have the manpower or the time to put into this. So here's an extra work for you, but we expect results. So get to it. 10th, corporate jargon. We value your inputs. What it really means actually in Canadian workplaces. We've already made a decision, but we'll let you speak because we want you to feel included. All of this can be really, really confusing, and trust me, it took me a while to get used to the way that Canadian managers speak. But after a while, several hits and misses here, I finally got the idea. And what I would advise if you're a Nigerian coming into Canada, you're not aware of the Canadian workplace, talk less, observe more, pay attention to emails. In meetings, speak less, observe more. Listen to how they speak and exchange ideas. When they send you notes, listen to how they send it. When other people give ideas that are well received, listen to how it is worded. This will help you, all right? I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you are new to the Canadian workplace like myself, and you've come across most of these jargons, which of them surprised you the most, all right? Until my next video, take care and see you later. Bye.